Hey there, lunatic. Staking the Mad here, and today we are going over the Iron Devourer boss. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, this boss is summoned with the thumpers that you'll have found as you killed various creatures on the main island. You're going to need one of each of the 4 different thumpers that you can find. You also are going to need at least one tile of the forest floor, one desert floor, one swamp floor, and one snow floor tile. Grab a shovel and you're going to want to dig up 4 squares somewhere like on the beach, or if you want, you can just place this way out in the water somewhere if you wanted to. That way you don't have to dig up any tiles. But once you have dug up your 4 tiles, then you're going to place down the 4 tiles, one swamp, one desert, one forest, and one snow. Then you're going to take your thumpers and you're going to place them on their respective parts. This little star looking one is a snowflake, and it goes on the snow biome. The one that looks kind of like a bell is actually a tree, and it goes on the grasslands or forest one. This little circle with a dot in the middle is a sun, and it goes on the desert. And finally, this weird squiggly thing is the swamp one, and it'll go on the swamp tile. Now, before we summon the boss, let's take a look at my gear and my general setup. Right now, I have a fully equipped spider set, which you'll be able to get from killing the mineral spider boss. I also have a diamond necklace. The diamond necklace is craftable at the jewelry workbench. You just need to craft a gold necklace first, and then have some diamonds from the caves, and you can craft the diamond necklace. I have the poison gland equipped, which you get off of the Frog Prince boss. This gives me a chance to poison enemies on hit. This works on bosses too, and for the Iron Devourer is really helpful. I've got the merman boots still, which I've had for a while now, and I have a new item, the Expeditioner suit. Now, this is kind of an amalgamation item crafted from a bunch of different parts. You can craft this over at the accessories workbench. First, you're going to need a glow desert mask, which you get by crafting with the desert goggles combined with the portable candle. You need the feather coat, which you get by combining the bird feather with the warm scarf. And those 2 things allow you to make the survivalist suit. And then when you craft the survivalist suit, with the lucky mustache that you get off of the Slime King, that gives you the Expeditioner suit. I also have the Trinity equipped, which increases all my damage by 10%. This is also crafted at the accessories workbench by combining the Bloody Fang, the Magic Sword, and the Heavenly Amulet. There are a variety of weapons that you could use for this fight. The Fireball spell is also really good, as is the Spider Staff. Both of these work really, really well against this boss. I'm going to use the Spider Staff, but I have beaten this boss with the Fireball spell before. The Spider Bow is also very strong. It has a good attack speed and a decent range, and having good aim and range is very, very useful for this fight. So really, whichever route you go, magic or range, you're going to have a weapon that'll work for you. When it comes to buff food, I recommend that you either use the hamburger to increase all of your damage by 10%, or one of the more specific ones like the nigiri, the roast chicken, or the roast meat. That'll increase your melee, your ranged, or your magic damage by 15%, depending on which one you use. From a buff potion standpoint, I recommend having the critical potion, the attack potion, whatever potion you're using to increase your damage, whether it's the magic potion for magic damage, the range potion, or speed potion to increase your movement speed, and the stone skin potion to improve your overall defense. It's good to also have some high hit point potions or high MP potions. If you have the infinite ones at this point, that's also really good to have. A healing staff for backup also doesn't hurt. All of the thumpers will be returned to you when you place the last one down, and then the Iron Devourer will be spawned. Now, only the Iron Devourer's head will take regular damage. The rest of him will only take 1 point of damage. So you need to dodge out of the way of his various spike attacks as well as making sure that you stay out of the way of his head and his body. Keeping a good distance is helpful, and aim for his head. If you don't aim for the head, the fight's going to take a long time. Now, the Iron Devourer has 3,750 hit points when he's on Explorer mode, and he's got 5,000 hit points on Adventurer mode and 6,250 on Survivor mode. He really only has his 2 attacks. He can lunge at you and try to hit you directly for some damage, as well as he shoots out all these little spines regularly from his body. Those also do a lot of damage, and really they're the most dangerous part, because if multiple of those spines hit you, they can end up doing a decent amount of damage. I honestly feel like this fight is one of the harder ones that can take the longest, not because it's really challenging, but because this boss has so much damage reduction. You can only do any real damage when you hit the head. And since the only way to hit the head more than once is to have him attack you straight on, it can get pretty risky. Most of the time, you're going to end up hitting the body a lot of times, and that's going to slow down this overall fight, because you're only going to be doing 4 or 5 points of damage total, because each hit only does 1 point to the body. But if you're able to land a really good shot on the head, you can take down his health pretty fast. Problem with doing melee with this boss, and why I really don't recommend melee overall, is because you have to be able to regularly hit the head with the boss, and that means you have to get in real close. So this can be a really hard fight to do with melee, just because of the amount of damage you're going to end up taking. It's better to stay at a distance, so range and magic really are the best options for this boss. But just keep plucking away at the head, and eventually you'll do enough damage to take him down. Now let's look at loot. The Iron Devourer is pretty basic when it comes to his loot. He only drops 3 things. The Ricochet Boomerang, which is a ranged weapon. The Spike Whip, which is a pretty strong melee weapon. And the Iron Device, which is your very first summoning item in this game. The Iron Device summons you your own little Iron Devourer that will follow you around and defend you. He has an unlimited amount of time that he can be spawned, so once you get this guy, I recommend keeping this on you and keeping him out at all times. There are better summon items, and we will get to them, but right now this is the first one you get. You can see he's a little bit slow, but he gets there eventually. Better to have this than nothing at all. Once you've got the Summoner NPC in your village, go ahead and pick up the Eye of Truth. This is an accessory that you can get from his shop for 15 gold. Equip that and kill the Iron Devourer again, and it will drop the Iron Devourer's soul. Once you use the soul, it will add the Pocket Thumper to the list of items available to purchase from your Summoner NPC. Costs you 12 gold, and then you no longer need all 4 of the summoning items, and you no longer need to have the right terrain in order to summon this boss. This lets you essentially summon the boss anywhere at any time. And that's everything for this boss tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, or interpretive dances, please be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so that you don't miss out on any more Tinkerlands content that we make here. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay crazy.